We talk social justice in the United States. This is a language that Catholics have been talking for 2,000 years. I mean, we talk who feeds the poor, who educates the uneducated, who clothes people, who takes people under our roof. We've been doing this forever. And in Europe, they've been focused on social issues, I think, longer than we have in the United States. So when I came back to the US and I have 25-year-old people telling me about social issues when this is a language that we as Catholics have been speaking for for over 1,000 years, to me, it was the readjustment of, America's got to learn really what social justice is and how this works and how we support people. And we do it because of our church. We don't do it because of our politics. We do it because of our beliefs in God. We're told by Jesus, we need to help. We do that. We don't do it because politically it's going to make somebody else look bad.
Social justice in terms of, you can go back to documents like Rerum Novarum, but Catholic social teaching is really, the crux of it is based on like, how do we best take care of people? What justice is and what do we owe to people? What do we owe to one another? And I feel like it's so interesting to hear talk about like the 25-year-olds. I'm actually 25, not to out myself, but there's
sorry about that.
No, it's not an insult at all. But there's a really strong, how do I put this? Like, I think people that are very progressive have co-opted very strong and effective language to meet their political ends. So when I think of that, I think of like climate justice. So that's one of them. Liberation. It's actually a lot of that language you'll find within Marxism and communism, but it's not really tied towards, like you said, that Catholic understanding of human dignity and the thousands of years traditions and thought on it. It seems like it's almost like they kind of found the strong language and they've been able to use it effectively to maybe actually do some things that are actually against human dignity. For example, when it comes to climate justice, meaning like, all right, so we're just going to wipe out the poor here because people aren't going to have affordable energy. So how do you think...
or the southern border.
Oh, yeah.
Good God. If you're Catholic and you're a believer in dignity of man and the suffering that we know is going on, how you could justify having that border and encouraging people to come to it, it's just, I can't even put it into words how heinous and evil that is. And this is, and hence, why is that now the biggest topic in politics today? And the biggest policy focus of which voters are looking at in Iowa, New Hampshire, and now, and so forth. It's just every poll has that as being number one. Is because they're right. It's horrible. It's terrible.
Well, getting back to your experience mismatching with the media, remember all the stink they put up over kids in cages and Trump's treatment of the border? And to now see the entire population of Pittsburgh come over and be completely undocumented, with 60% of those women being sexually abused on the way to the border, all the deaths happening there.
I'm actually hearing it's a lot higher than that.
Yeah. Oh, I guarantee it is. But we're talking about even CBP numbers that have just been reported. I think that's a very, very conservative estimate of what we're seeing. But we have populations of entire American cities coming across with no vetting. Also, we're not even talking about the journey there. We're talking about if we want to talk about the dangerous journey there, how many people die, how many people get raped, how many people get abused in some fashion, or military-aged males coming over. Sorry, I could go on and on. That's not really what I'm here to do, but it's just so interesting hearing the difference between, what you maybe hear from a mainstream message and what's really going on.